is small except for one thing. This window that opens up to half the sky. Some mornings I just sit and watch what the light will bring. Coffee going cold while the clouds go drifting by. Don't need much more than this small square view. Don't need a reason. The sky's enough to do. A window full of sky. That's my whole world today. Blue stretching out further than I can see. A window full of sky, and everything's okay when there's this much space just looking back at me. I tell them I've got an ocean of sky right here. Changes every morning, never twice the same show. Never runs out of something to make the moment clear. Don't need much more than the small square view. Don't need a reason. The sky's enough to do. A window full of sky. That's my whole world today. Blue stretching out further than I can see. Window full of sky, and everything's okay when there's this much space just looking back at me. Some people need the whole world to feel this free. I just need this window and a little bit of me. A window full of sky. That's my whole world today. Blue stretching out further than I can see. Window full of sky, and everything's okay when there's this much space just looking back at me. Open wide, open wide. Let the whole sky in. A window full of morning, and the day begins. Whenever somebody passes on this coast, she's in her kitchen before the sun comes up. Doesn't matter who, doesn't matter close or almost a stranger. She bakes enough to fill every cup. Been doing it since she lost her own son. Says grief needs somewhere useful to go. She's the woman who bakes for the whole week. Every loaf a little comfort, every pie a little piece. Woman who bakes for the whole week, turning her own grief into everyone's release. Nobody asks her to, nobody has to call. She just knows somehow, shows up with the bread, sets it on the table, doesn't say much at all, just lets the food say everything instead. Been doing it since she lost her own son. Says grief needs somewhere useful to go. She's the woman who bakes for the whole week. Every loaf a little comfort, every pie a little piece. Woman who bakes for the whole week, turning her own grief into everyone's release. 30 years of funeral once if it ever gets easier. Baking for another family's worst day. She said nobody gets a little clearer, that showing up matters more than what you say. Someday, somebody will bake for her own wake. Whole town lined up with bread and pie, repaying 30 years of what she'd make for every family that's had to say goodbye. She's the woman who bakes for the whole way. Every loaf a little comfort, every pie a little peace. Woman who bakes for the whole way, turning her own grief into everyone's release. Bake it warm, however hard the day. Comfort doesn't fix it, but it helps us find a way. Sky fills with color every single year. Every family's got their own kite, their own design. Kite festival on Independence Day is here, and the whole beach turns into something divine. My grandfather built the same kite every year. Same design, same color, same careful frame. Now it's my turn and I hold him near every time I build the exact same. The whole town competes, but nobody really loses. Just an excuse to be out here together. Whole sky fills with color every single year. Every family's got their own kite, their own design. Kite festival on Independence Day is here, and the whole beach turns into something divine. Kids run the beach with strings, tangled in hand. Grown-ups pretend they're not competing too. Whole island out here on the same golden sand, watching the sky fill up with red and blue. The whole town competes, but nobody really loses. Just an excuse to be out here together. The whole sky fills with color every single year. Every family's got their own kite, their own design. Kite festival on Independence Day is here, and the whole beach turns into something divine. When the sun goes down, everyone still stays, watching the last few kites against the stars. Some kind of unity that never quite decays. No matter how the whole rest of the year is, no matter the scars. My daughter's building her first kite this year. Same design her great-grandfather made. Some traditions carry something clear across the generations, never to fade. Long after I'm gone, the sky will fill again. Different hands, same colors, same old design. A to stay. Whole sky fills with color every single year. Every family's got their own kite, their own design. Kite festival on Independence Day is here, and the whole beach turns into something divine. My grandfather built the same kite every year, same design, same color, same careful frame. Now it's my turn, and I hold him near every time I build the exact same. The whole town competes, but nobody really loses. Just an excuse to be out here together. Whole sky fills with color every single year. Every family's got their own kite, their own design. Kite festival on Independence Day is here, and the whole beach turns into something divine. Kids run the beach with strings tangled in hand. Grown-ups pretend they're not competing. To whole island out here on the same golden sand, watching the sky fill up with red and blue. The whole town competes, but nobody really loses. Just an excuse to be out here together. Whole sky fills with color every single year. Every family's got their own kite, their own design. Kite festival on Independence Day is here, and the whole beach turns into something divine. When the sun goes down, everyone still stays, watching the last few kites against the stars. Some kind of unity that never quite decays, no matter how the whole rest of the year is. No matter the scars. My daughter's building her first kite this year. Same design her great-grandfather made. Some traditions carry something clear across the generations, never to fade. Long after I'm gone, the sky will fill again. Different hands, same colors, same old design. A whole island's history written in the pattern of a kite against the shine. Fly it high on this golden day. Kite festival forever, and it's here to stay. Grows things that shouldn't grow this close to the sea. Salt air kills most gardens, everybody knows. But somehow his whole yard's a wild green spree of vegetables and flowers that nobody else grows. Won't tell anybody his secret, just smiles. Says the plant's just like him, simple as that. It's her uncle's impossible garden, blooming by the shore. Everything the books say shouldn't survive. Uncle's impossible garden, giving more and more. Every single season somehow still alive. He gives half of it away before sold a single thing, never once has tricked anybody, just gives it away, just passes it along. Won't tell anybody his secret, just smiles, says the plants just like him. Simple as that. It's her uncle's impossible garden, blooming by the shore. Everything the books say shouldn't survive. Uncle's impossible garden, giving more and more. Every single season, somehow still alive. A university sent someone to study his soil, found nothing special, nothing they could explain, just years of patient and glamorous toil, and maybe something else, something hard to name. I asked him once what the actual secret was. He laughed and said, talking to them every day sounds foolish, sounds like an old wives' because, but somehow it's worked, somehow it's found its way. I've started my own little patch, following his lead, talking to my plants, feeling kinda strange, but something's growing that I didn't expect indeed. Maybe love really does make a difference, make a change. It's her uncle's impossible garden, blooming by the shore. Everything the books say shouldn't survive. Uncle's impossible garden, giving more and more. Every single season, somehow still alive. Grow on, however it's explained. An impossible garden, and somehow it's sustained. Grows things that shouldn't grow this close to the sea. Salt air kills most gardens, everybody knows, but somehow his whole yard's a wild green spree of vegetables and flowers that nobody else grows. Won't tell anybody his secret, just smiles, says the plants just like him. Simple as that. It's her uncle's impossible garden, blooming by the shore. Everything the books say shouldn't survive. Uncle's impossible garden, giving more and more. Every single season, somehow still alive. He gives half of it away before it's even picked. Whole neighborhood eats from his yard all summer long. Never sold a single thing, never once had trick anybody, just gives it away, just passes it along. Won't tell anybody his secret, just smiles, says the plants just like him. Simple as that. It's her uncle's impossible garden, blooming by the shore. Everything the books say shouldn't survive. Uncle's impossible garden, giving more and more. study his soil, found nothing special, nothing they could explain. Just years of patience, unglamorous toil, and maybe something else, something hard to name. I asked him once what the actual secret was. He laughed and said, talking to them every day sounds foolish, sounds like an old wise because, but somehow it's worked, somehow it's found its way. I've started my own little patch, following his lead, talking to my plants, feeling kinda strange, but something's growing that I didn't expect. Indeed, maybe love really does make a difference, make a change. It's her uncle's impossible garden, blooming by the shore. Everything the books say shouldn't survive. Uncle's impossible garden, giving more and more. Every single season, somehow still alive. Grow on, however it's explained. Impossible garden, and somehow it's sustained. Yeah. Storm knocked the whole grid out for 4 straight days. Everybody thought it'd be the worst week of the year. Instead, something strange happened, something in the ways we all came together, something warm and clear. Candles in every window, stories on every porch, no screens to hide behind, nowhere else to turn. It's the night the whole island lost power, and something else lit up. Neighbors who'd never spoken, sharing what they had. Night the whole island lost power, and we somehow filled the cup of connection we'd forgotten, and it wasn't even bad. Share generators, share whatever food would spoil. Kids played games by candlelight instead of screens. Grown-ups told stories unwound from the daily toil of a modern light that keeps us in between. Candles in every window, stories on every porch, no screens to hide behind, nowhere else to turn. It's the night the whole island lost power, and something else lit up. Neighbors who'd never spoken, sharing what they had. Night the whole island lost power, and we somehow filled the cup of connection we'd forgotten, and it wasn't even bad. When the lights finally came back on day 5, half the island almost seemed a little sad. Something about the dark had kept us more alive than all the light we'd ever really had. We still talk about that week, years on, half joking that we ought to lose power again, just to get that closeness back, that feeling drawn from candlelight and neighbors from the way back then. Maybe we don't need a storm to find our way back to each other, back Storm knocked the whole grid out for 4 straight days. Everybody thought it'd be the worst week of the year. Instead, something strange happened. Something in the waves. We all came together. Something warm and clear. Candles in every window, stories on every porch. No screens to hide behind, nowhere else to turn. It's the night the whole island lost power. Something else lit up. Neighbors who'd never spoken, sharing what they had. Night the whole island lost power, and we somehow filled the cup of connection we'd forgotten, and it wasn't even bad. Shared generators, shared whatever food would spoil. Kids played games by candlelight instead of screens. Grown-ups told stories, unwound from the daily toil of a modern life that keeps us in between. Candles in every window, stories on every porch. No screens to hide behind, nowhere else to turn. It's the night the whole island lost power, and something else lit up. Neighbors who'd never spoken, sharing what they had. Night the whole island lost power, and we somehow filled the cup of connection we'd forgotten, and it wasn't even bad. When the lights finally came back on day 5, half the island almost seemed a little sad. Something about the dark had kept us more alive than all the light we'd ever really had. We still talk about that week, years on, half joking that we ought to lose power again, just to get that closeness back, that feeling drawn from candlelight and neighbors from the way back then. Maybe we don't need a storm to find our way back to each other, back to something true. But it took the dark to teach us, took that 4-day stay without power to remember what we already knew. It's the night the whole island lost power, and something else lit up. Neighbors who'd never spoken, sharing what they had. Night the whole island lost power, and we somehow filled the cup of connection we'd forgotten, and it wasn't even bad. Light the candles, gather everyone near. Sometimes losing power is how we find what's clear. Made from whatever was left when food ran low. Beans and rice stretched with anything at hand. Grandmother learned it during the war, learned to know how to feed a whole family from almost nothing planned. Now it's just a comfort food, nobody's desperate, but the recipe never changed, never got fancy. It's grandmother's wartime recipe, still on the table, reminder of a hunger none of us have known. Grandmother's wartime recipe, and we're still It's grandmother's wartime recipe, still on the table, reminder of a hunger none of us have known. Grandmother's wartime recipe, and we're still able to taste the history, somehow still our own. My kids complain it's simple, ask for something more. I tell them the story every single time. Some recipes carry more than what's in store. They carry a whole history, a whole family's climb. She's been gone for 20 years this coming fall. I still make it exactly the way she taught. Same beans, same rice, same pot, same call. To gather everyone around what hardship wrought. Maybe someday it won't mean as much to generations who've never known real want, but I'll keep making it, keep the recipe in touch with the history. I refuse to let anybody flaunt. It's grandmother's wartime recipe, still on the table, reminder of a hunger none of us have known. Grandmother's wartime recipe, and we're still able to taste the history, somehow still our own. Stir it slow, stir it slow. Remember where we've been. Grandmother's recipe, and it's more than what's within. Made from whatever was left when food ran low. Beans and rice stretched with anything at hand. Grandmother learned it during the war, learned to know how to feed a whole family from almost nothing planned. Now it's just a comfort food, nobody's desperate, but the recipe never changed, never got fancy. It's grandmother's wartime recipe, still on the table, reminder of a hunger none of us have known. Grandmother's wartime recipe, and we're still able to taste the history that's somehow still our own. She'd tell the stories while she stirred the pot, not with bitterness, but with the kind of pride that she kept the whole family fed with what she got when there was nothing else, nothing on the side. Now it's just a comfort food, nobody's desperate, but the recipe never changed, never got fancy. It's grandmother's wartime recipe, still on the table, reminder of a hunger none of us have known. Grandmother's wartime recipe, and we're still able to taste the history that's somehow still our own. My kids complain it's simple, ask for something more. I tell them the story every single time. Some recipes carry more than what's in store. They carry a whole history, a whole family's climb. She's been gone for 20 years this coming fall. I still make it exactly the way she taught. Same beans, same rice, same pot, same call. To gather everyone around what hardship brought. Maybe someday it won't mean as much grandmother's wartime recipe still on the table, reminder of a hunger none of us have known. Grandmother's wartime recipe, and we're still able to taste the history that's somehow still ours. Stir it slow, stir it slow. Remember where we've been. Grandmother's recipe, and it's more than what's within. Same route every morning, rain or shine or wind. 40 years a seat, now 40 steps a day. Retired captain's daily walk, and he begins exactly at 6, exactly the same way. Used to command a whole ship, a whole crew. Now it's just himself in the same old road, but he walks it with the same purpose, same view of the horizon, same steady, patient load. Neighbors set their clocks by when he passes, 6:05, like it's written in the sky. Same route every morning, rain or shine or wind. 40 years at sea, 40 steps a day, retired captain's daily walk, and he begins exactly at 6, exactly the same way. He salutes the harbor when he passes by. Old habit, doesn't even notice it now. 40 is a habit, and somehow it doesn't die. Just moves on to land, moves on to a different house. Neighbors set their clocks by when he passes, 6:05, like it's written in the sky. Same route every morning, rain or shine or wind. 40 years at sea, now 40 steps a day, retired captain's daily walk, and he begins exactly at 6, exactly the same way. I asked him once if he missed the open sea. He said every morning, but not enough to mind. Says this walk's become its own kind of decree. Smaller ocean, but a peace he's come to find. His grandson walks with him some mornings now, learning stories about ships and storms and crews, learning something about patience, about how a man can find the sea in a much smaller view. When he's gone, I think the whole street will feel the absence of that 6:05 salute. Some routines become something more, something real. A quiet anchor, steady and resolute. Walk on, however far the road. 40 years at sea, and still the same. Steady low. Same route every morning, rain or shine or wind. 40 years at sea, now 40 steps a day. Retired captain's daily walk, and he begins exactly at 6, exactly the same way. Used to command a whole ship, a whole crew. Now it's just himself in the same old road, but he walks it with the same purpose, same view off the horizon, same steady, patient load. Neighbors set their clocks by when he passes 6:05, like it's written in the sky. Same route every morning, rain or shine or wind. 40 years at sea, now 40 steps a day. Retired captain's daily walk, and he begins exactly at 6, exactly the same way. He salutes the harbor when he passes by. Old habit, doesn't even notice it now. 40 years a habit, and somehow it doesn't die. It just moves on to land, moves on to a different how. Neighbors set their clocks by when he passes 6:05, like it's written in the sky. Same route every morning, rain or shine or wind. 40 years at sea, now 40 steps a day. Retired captain's daily walk, and he begins exactly at 6, exactly the same way. I asked him once if he missed the open sea. He said every morning, but not enough to mind. Says this walk's become its own kind of decree. A smaller ocean, but a peace he's come to find. His grandson walks with him some mornings now, learning stories about ships and storms and crews. Learning something about patience, about how man can find the sea in a much smaller view. When he's gone, I think the whole street will feel the absence rhythm learned to close the gap between the modern world and something ancient, something strange. Taught my kids to listen to pay attention to the trees before they check a single screen. Some knowledge doesn't need an invention, just needs ears, just needs to have been passed down long enough to become instinct. Something in the body before the mind can say. The trees will always tell you, always link the coming weather to the present day. It's the sound of palm fronds before a storm. Older warning than any scream can give. It's the sound of palm fronds and the whole familiar form of danger coming teaches you how to live. Close to what the trees relay. Older than any forecast, and it's never led us astray. You learn to know it before the sky turns dark. That particular rattle, that particular hiss. Everybody on this island knows the mark of trouble coming, something not to miss. No app, no forecast needed at all. Just the sound of palms making a change in there. It's the sound of palm fronds before a storm. Older warning than any screen can give. Sound of palm fronds and the whole familiar form of danger coming teaches you how to live. My grandmother could tell you hours in advance, just from that sound, just from that particular sway. Science backs it up now, gives it half a chance at being real and more than an awful way. No app, no forecast needed at all. Just the sound of palms making a change in there. It's the sound of palm fronds before a storm. Hold a warning than any screen can give. Sound of palm fronds and the whole familiar form of danger coming teaches you how to live. I've learned to trust it more than any app. Learned to hear the difference, learn the change in pitch and rhythm. Learn to close the gap between the modern world and something ancient, something strange. Taught my kids to listen to pay attention to the trees before they check a single screen. Some knowledge doesn't need an invention, just needs ears, just needs to have been passed down long enough to become instinct. Something in the body before the mind can say. The trees will always tell you, always link the coming weather to the present day. It's the sound of palm fronds before a storm. Hold a warning than any screen can give. Sound of palm fronds and the whole familiar form of danger coming teaches you how to live. her life, but she stayed here to care for what it seems nobody else could handle through the strife. Took care of mother to the very end. Never once complained, never asked for credit. She's a sister who stayed while the rest of us went chasing something bigger somewhere far away. Sister who stayed in every letter that we sent, never quite said thank you the way it should say. I call her every week, feel guilty every time, living my whole life somewhere she's never seen. She says she doesn't mind, says it's just how to climb. All the family go, some stay, some leave the scene. Took care of mother to the very end. Never once complained, never asked for credit. She's a sister who stayed while the rest of us went chasing something bigger somewhere far away. Sister who stayed in every letter that we sent, never quite said thank you the way it should say. I flew back last month, sat with her a while, really saw her not just through a screen. Saw the years she's given, saw the quiet trial of a life spent staying, of everything unseen. I asked her if she ever wished she left, she left. She thought about it long before she spoke. Said sometimes, but said she's never felt bereft. Say staying was its own kind of joke that turned into a life she wouldn't trade for any other things the rest of us have found. Says home isn't something you're afraid of choosing. Says home is its own kind of. She's the sister who stayed while the rest of us went chasing something bigger somewhere far away. Sister who stayed in every letter that we sent, never quite said thank you the way it should say. Thank you for everything you gave. Sister who stayed, and the whole family you saved. Everyone else moved away for bigger dreams, better schools, better jobs, a bigger life. But she stayed here to care for what it seems nobody else could handle through the strife. Took care of mother to the very end, never once complained, never asked for credit. She's the sister who stayed while the rest of us went chasing something bigger somewhere far away. Sister who stayed in every letter that we sent, never quite said thank you the way it should say. I call her every week, feel guilty every time, living my whole life somewhere she's never seen. She says she doesn't mind, says it's just how the climb of a family goes. Some stay, sister who stayed while the rest of us went chasing something bigger somewhere far away. Sister who stayed in every letter that we sent. Never quite said thank you the way it should say. I flew back last month, sat with her a while, really saw her not just through a screen. Saw the years she's given, saw the quiet trial of a life spent staying, of everything unseen. I asked her if she'd ever wish she left. She thought about it long before she spoke. Say sometimes, but says she's never felt bereft. Say staying was its own kind of joke that turned into a life she wouldn't trade for any of the things the rest of us have found. Says home isn't something you're afraid of choosing. Says home is its own kind of ground. She's the sister who stays